Hi, everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, have you heard of the performative males? These are the type of men who drink matcha, dress like this, read books in public and support women. They use that as a guise to get women.
Rented at a Value Village for $15. Unironically, a huge Claro fan. Period crap. I don't, but we could go back to my place. Like, just in case you have a preference. I just get so mad when I think about it. 24 karat matcha.
You can't be mad at the performative male because we're doing exactly what you said do. I'm dressing for the female gaze. I'm reading female feminist literature. I'm talking about my emotions. I'm in therapy. I'm drinking the matchas. Okay. I'm natural wine. What else? Just tell me what else. Cause to say it's inauthentic is 100% true. I wouldn't be doing none of this if I didn't want a woman. So I'm reading my lines. I'm learning the script. I will do it. I would rather be with you than be myself. You think I just bought a box spring because I wanted a box spring? I'd be sleeping on the ground. The plants are mine. Those are for me. I like my plants. But the fact that I have so many of them is really just trying to demonstrate that I know how to take care of something. Like, give us the credit for doing the performance and then we'll be good. We can even perform better.
So, who is a performative male? A performative male is essentially a manipulator, basically. Don't get me wrong, there are men out there who dress like that, who actually enjoy reading books, who actually drink the matches and so on and so forth, and that is them. But then there's a subgroup of men who are now doing these things just to get women, because they've realized that women gravitate towards those type of men. And these are the men that they are referring to as the performative males, not the actual men who dress like that, like the matcha tea, care about women, actually genuinely care about women issues and so on and so forth. And this guy is saying, so what is wrong with that? What is wrong with men performing to, get women? And I don't understand why he doesn't understand that is fake. And we understand that is fake. You are faking your personality. You are faking loving to read. You are faking your interests and so on and so forth just to get women. This reminds me of when all these men talk about why don't these women choose better? How do you choose better when there are men like this out there who pretend to be what they are not just to get with you, just to get access to women? And that is the problem. Now, some women don't have a problem with it. They are like, if they want to perform, let them perform. We are going to let them jump through hoops. We are going to let them do more. Okay, that's what they want to do, right? So if they want to perform, then let them perform. Okay, dance for me, sing for me, because now they know that these type of men are out there. Anyway, let's get into what people have to say quickly.
I'm not going to say anything because men should not speak.
They're always like, why does the internet hate the performative man? We hate the performative man because they lie to get into our pants. That's why. That's why we hate performative men. So I've seen this one creator called Glass Museum make like 2 videos on performative men. In each video, they leave, and I see the comments are also saying this, but they leave out the fact that a lot of straight women, straight or like bisexual, women attracted to men, basically, do not like the performative man because they are often manipulating these like feminine items or like things or interests that are commonly associated with women, like reading for some reason. They feign these interests to get access to women or female-oriented spaces. Do we understand that part? Like, the issue itself is not men liking feminine things. You can like matcha. You can like Jane Austen. You can like, I don't fucking know, Sunny Angels or whatever. You can like things that are typically marketed towards women and still be a man. That's fine. Nobody's saying that you can't do that. The issue is that some men will purposefully put out this image or representation that they like Jane Austen or Sunny Angels or matcha or reading in the park. Like, they'll feign interest in these things to get into women's pants. That is a real thing that happens, and frankly, there's so many fucking TV shows or like gags about it, especially with men pretending to be gay to get into women or female only spaces. Like, how many times have you seen a character pretend to be a gay man to get on the cheerleading team, or pretend to be gay to rub tanning lotion or any type of like thing on a woman's body. They feign interest in feminine things to get access to women. That is inherently manipulative and frankly just lying. Like the fear that women have around the performative man is not coming from a place of like, oh, you're not a man if you like feminine things. That's not what anyone's saying. The issue is sometimes it's hard to tell if a man genuinely likes the same things that you do, or if he's pretending to like those things so he can talk to you for longer, or so that he can pretend that you have something in common that you wouldn't have in common with another man, and so now he's better or not like other men or the nice guy because he likes the things that you like.
Can someone remind me why we don't want men to perform? Sing for me! Do a little dance. Tell me a joke. I'm bored.
You can't be mad at the performative male. Because we're doing exactly what you said do. I'm dressing for the female gaze. I'm reading female feminist literature. I'm talking about my emotions. I'm in therapy. I'm drinking the matchas. What else? Just tell me what else. Because to say it's inauthentic is 100% true. I wouldn't be doing none of this if I didn't want a woman. So I'm reading my lines. I'm learning the script. I will do it. I would rather be with you than be myself.
No woman wants to be with a man who considers the things that they have in common to be a performance. There are too many women who feel that they have had a man perform a good guy act or role and they feel duped. He says in his follow-up what he actually means is he is willing to do the small things to be with a woman. If that means sleeping on a box spring and not the floor, using cologne or dressing better. He's saying he's willing to do all those things to be with a woman. But my whole thing is, don't you want to do those things for you? Don't you want to dress better, smell better, look better, be more well-read? But I think the issue is that women are tired of men trying to get them through trickery, through lies and fraudulent activities. And that's what you sound like you're saying, even though I don't think that's what you are saying. If you want to do those things or be that person, do those things and be that person for you. No one wants to fall in love with a version of you that you learned how to be from like ChatGPT. Genuine and authentic relationships do not require you to be anything other than who you are.
Ladies, back off. Let men performatively read in public. You're missing the point, okay? They're reading. They're reading a book. A whole book. They're reading The Handmaid's Tale. They're reading The Bell Jar. Sure. The book might be upside down when they start, but they'll figure it out. And the more we encourage this behavior, the more they might finish that book, the more they might even take notes in that book. This is how the feminist revolution starts, or continues. We let men performatively read in public because why? Because they're reading. I'm Jaffe Pollitt, and I endorse your right to read in public performatively as long as you finish that book.
You can't be mad at the performative male. Because we're doing exactly what you said.
I just want to say that you have to be authentically yourself to achieve a woman's love. That's what I think women want. I don't identify as a woman, but I know that many women want people who are genuinely themselves and authentically like things. And that's why you fall in love with them, because they are an individual person and they like things. Maybe they don't have to be the same as you, or maybe you're the type of person that likes someone who likes the same shit as you. I don't know. Maybe it involves wine, whatever the fuck. But what you said, I would rather be with you than be myself, sounds like my worst nightmare. It sounds scary. It sounds like I would never stoop myself that level. Because like me, I have such a strong identity, such a strong sense of self. I care about me and all the things that I do are for me. When women say that, maybe that's the disconnect, that men aren't actually understanding that. When I do something, it's for me. It's because I like it. It's because I want to do it. I do not do this to attract a man. Some women do. I don't know. But I think even those women that do things to attract men, they still have this part of themselves that is for them. And they still have connection with themselves. Like, what? This is crazy. And then there's people in the comments agreeing, talking about sounds like you a good listener, bro. No, sir, this is not okay. And this is like, you need to go to therapy or something. I don't know. That sounds mean. I'm sorry, but I don't think that you should want to have a partner more than you should want to, like, be yourself. My God, that sounds horrible.
Someone tell me what the point of being a performative man is, because what is a matcha drinking, Claire listening, atomic habits reading man gonna do to actually pull girls? All you're doing is forging nonchalantness. Women do not enjoy that. Being performative has literally nerfed everyone's sense of communication. Women don't want nonchalant men. They want men that can actually hold a conversation. If you're talking about matcha, Miffy, or Biba Doobie, you're not actually building substance in these conversations. You can literally see right through your BS. If you actually want to pull girls, then you need to know how to talk. Nowadays, it's 10 times more easy because you can just hop on an e-date, use this invisible AI tool, click listen, and while you're talking to her, have these questions generate for you so you don't have to do it yourself. Try it out, because that's actually how you pull girls.
All right, as a man who speaks to men about men, I'm going to give my perspective on the whole performative male dialogue going on right now. And what bothers me about these trends, and I'm going to give another example at the end here, is that the intended consequence of when this trend starts is often so far off from the actual impact that happens. And that's what I want to talk about. So, of course, the intended audience of the performative male title is, of course, the actually manipulative men, right? The guys who go to a coffee shop and they read feminist literature, but in reality, they don't give a shit about feminist literature. They are simply putting on this costume to attract women, usually, and they are probably the most misogynistic person you know, right? So this is what this title was created for, to identify these people, which is fine. These people, they're manipulators, probably pretty shitty, deserve to be called out. Cool. What happens then, though, is that once it becomes more mainstream, right, the actual effect that happens, instead of just calling out to these people and identifying that they exist, what happens is now we start to suppress any other man who has a characteristic that resembles this type of performative man. So, reading feminist literature in a coffee shop is like a very trite example, but now what we see is that men who are reading in public at all, they start to become identified as a performative male. Or, maybe these manipulators, they do the whole tote bag and Harry Styles look, right? But what about people who just want to explore different styles? What about a guy who wants to experiment with wearing rings or wearing a tote bag or like trying out new things, right? Now, they have less of an ability to experiment with different things, with different styles of learning how to read. They probably know how to read, but like trying to pick up reading again and doing it in public because they have the fear that they don't want to be identified as a performative male, right? So we were originally trying to call out that these people exist and these are shitty people, and they definitely are out there, but the vast majority of what happens now is that men are suppressed in trying to express new stylistic, choices, right? And if there's one thing we know, it's that men need to work on not being suppressed in the things they want to express, right? Men lock down their emotions. They don't talk about their emotions. Bad things happen from that, right? A man maybe wants to try to express himself in different ways to achieve better self-identity. That is a great thing. Men should do that. But now when you bring up this topic like performative male, which becomes very mainstream, now that's another thing to worry about. And of course you can say, well, just who cares what other people think? Easier said than done, right? You can say that, but there's not a lot of weight to that because that is just not how life works. It's not how societal norms and expectations work. So now you have the man who wants to pick up reading again, but now they have to worry about, well, I can't just go and read in a coffee shop because people are going to think I'm just being performative, right? Or I want to try out these different styles that maybe align better with my identity, but I can't do that because I'm worried about being a performative male. And that is the real impact. It's the common person who just wants to be themselves, and now they have these things to worry about, or maybe they'll even get called out by other people. And so my plead for my fellow man, of course, is that if you see someone that you think is a performative male, just let him be. Whispered words of wisdom, let him be. Let's drop the judgment. In the wise words of Ted Lasso, be curious, not judgmental, right? Be kind to your fellow man, be understanding, don't assume that they're just doing these things for attention. Maybe this guy is just trying to be themselves, right?
He said, I'd rather be with you than be myself. And that is the problem. Because the thing is, it's for a moment. It's not for the long run. And we want you to be yourself so we can tell if you are actually our type or not, than faking to be our type. Because what happens is that your mask is going to fall off because that's not you. You know, you are not a matcha drinking type of guy. You don't like books. You're just faking it just to get in the thighs of women. You know, just to manipulate women, just to get a woman by your side. Because this is what this is all about. It's an act. It's not real. That's not you. You don't even dress like that. You don't like matcha tea. You don't like the books you're reading. You know, you're into something else. So why don't you find a woman who is into the things that you are into? You know? But then again, there's competition over there. Now, this is what you have decided to do, which means that in the long run, it's not going to be sustainable in your relationship. It's not going to work because the mask is going to fall off. The real you is going to come out. Their own matcha loving, their own reading type is going to come out. The one that doesn't like plants is going to come out. That's not you. You know? So when you guys talk about women should choose better and women should choose better, and the better is even fake, how do you choose better? How do you choose better? How do you know if this one is the better one and this one is the fake one? You just say anything and be anything just to get with a woman. At this point, it's pathetic. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it's pathetic. You know, I know someone will argue, are we not all faking it? You know, but to that extent, I mean, I'd rather you choose me or want me for me. Like, this is me. This is what you get. I would rather somebody saw me for who I am and they wanted me because this is me, you know, than pretending to be someone that I'm not just to get someone by my side. I saw in one of the comments, someone is saying it's giving F-boy, and it's true. You know, it's giving F-boy, you know, it's giving hookup. That's what he would do because when he sees another woman that he wants, he's going to put the matcha drinking, book loving costume down and wear whatever that woman likes. And this is why relationships, marriages, and dating are what they are. You know for a fact that you want a woman that works a 9 to 5, but then you have to compete. Because that type of woman wants a certain kind of man that you're not. So you pretend to love the woman who would rather stay at home, take care of the kids and do all of that. You end up marrying her and making her life miserable. You keep comparing her to the woman that you actually wanted that you couldn't get because you couldn't compete. It's a mess. That's my humble opinion. I don't think it's right. But if you believe that is right and you're also into that, hey, to each his own. I'm just saying that I'd rather meet somebody who was genuinely into me and, you know, we matched genuinely than find somebody who is faking it just to get with me. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.